Hello everyone, my name is Deckerlink, the trained unprofessional, and welcome back to Tennis Ace. On this episode, we will continue, like we do in most episodes, November 9th, that's the latest one. Yeah, we've been dealing with this new French fuck! So, who is Mikado? I completely forgot who that is. Also, hello everyone, in the chat. Holy shit, Joey is cool. Is that Joseph from back in Admire? Joseph with the last name of a color. Is it that? Is that the case? Oh. Remember, always follow the plot. What is the plot? Who's Mikado? I don't understand. Oh, God. And Doombringer, it was the Connor. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. We're gonna play the game. Let's play the game. Come on, Hayes. Put some more spring in your step. Yes. This is exhausting. Who the fuck is this alligator person? Hey, Joey's cool. Joseph. I haven't seen you in years, man. It's been too long. Too long, damn it. Too goddamn long. Coach, you do know there's no point in him working hard if he falls dead from exhaustion, right? Nonsense! This is just a light workout, not to mention the fact that he has 2 years of slacking off to make up for. Gah. His words have so many barbs on them, I'm honestly amazed. Coach, what happened to that laissez-faire personality you had the past 2 years? No, he's been doing a series of high-intensity workouts for 2 hours already without breaks. He literally looks like he's about to fall dead. Well, we'll see about that, won't we? Hey, Rutherford, are you really that much of a wimp that you're exhausted from just this? Yes, sir. Saya smiles cockily. Meanwhile, Coach's expression contorts in a look of frustration. Check! I really thought it'd go the other way around. Come on, Rutherford-kun. Let's get you some water and rest before he changes his mind. Saya walks up to me, slowly guiding me to some of the benches we have close to the entrance. It's okay, Joseph. It's okay. How did you find this one? Like, we're still friends on Facebook, right? Like, of course, nothing here posts on Facebook. How did you find me, Joseph? How did you do it? How did you go from being the person who exposed me to Diablo to Diablo the game to being here with me today? So walks up to me, slowly guiding me to one of the benches. I already out of the entrance. Wow, you look like a newborn fawn right now. Your legs won't stop shaking. You tried doing all the crap he's putting me through. Or crap, I think I might throw up. You throw up on me, and I can assure you it won't be the workout that kills you. So mean. As soon as we reach the benches, I immediately topple over them. I don't think I can get up over here. Dial it back a little, okay? He might be overworking you, but he's got a point. You've been slacking for the past 2 years. Yeah, I know. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten that stupid speech you and Shoichi gave me a while ago. It wasn't so much a speech as it was a reality check. Still, I know that I've been running away all this time. I don't need you to keep preaching to me. It doesn't sound like you do. Don't worry, I'm not going to go back on my word. I made K-kun my practice partner for a reason. He's so diligent that it's liable to bring you to tears. I see. What about the new training menu Coach gave you? That working out okay? It's hell! But I do see the point. There are a few things that I should improve in my game. My last match with K-kun made that abundantly obvious. Well, see you later then. I still have to get back to my practice. Yes. Okay, so this is... You see, I know multiple Josephs. So, I thought you maybe could have been someone from back in the old country. It was a friend of my brother's. I was friends with his sister, and my parents wouldn't let me play Diablo, despite the fact that my mom played it and my brother played it, and so I was like, no, I'm not allowed to play it. So I went over there, and he fucking let me play Diablo. But no! Yes, you were that Joseph from Instagram. Well, I'm glad that I was able to help at a bad time. And stay up. We're all... Oh, shit! I just realized. I forgot. I was supposed to show you guys something. So I got a gift from some of my friends who, despite not actively watching, they still want to support. So they got the Coach Grifter Titty Mouse Pad. They got me the Titty Mouse Pad of Coach Grifter. And it is soft. Oh my god. SAWFT. Soft. So, we good now. Ah, man. Well, see you later then. I still have to get back to my practice. What? Didn't you say you were going to get me some water? I was. Then you said you were never getting up from that bench again. Now I kind of want you to get it yourself. You're awful. Sure am. See ya. She quickly walks away, leaving me alone on my bench, waterless and exhausted. Great. Might as well get it myself. I try standing up, but my legs immediately go, nope, and buckle under my weight. I immediately fall ass first on the bench again. But, hey, I know I said it was a joke, but I don't want to be stuck on this bench for the rest of my life. Who are you talking to? Hey, it's the wimp and the Frenchie. I look to the side and see June standing there by the entrance with Viku next to him. No one. No one at all. I just got caught talking to myself. Great, that doesn't make me sound crazy at all. Thank you, Joseph. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that indeed. I really do. Actually, why was I even talking to myself? What's wrong with me? Oh, no, don't go there. Spoofy! What do you want, Spoofy? What do you want, boy? What do you want, Spoofy? What do you want, you Spoofy? He's just hanging out. He's just there. What's up, Spoof? What's up, Spoof? You got a problem? You want to sniff? You want to sniff? You know what this is, do you? You know I'm filming you. You know your ass is on the internet now. You on the internet now. You on the internet now. You on the internet now. Oh, God. Hey! Get away from me. Get the fuck away from me. Oh, the chroma key is all fucked up now. Damn it, no. And we're back. What? The fuck do you want? You just went out. Don't you dare bark at me. Don't you dare. Don't you fucking dare. Decker is porn. Good God. What's up, June? What brings you to this part of... screw it. I'm too tired to make a clever joke out of that. I get the feeling that it wouldn't be a clever joke, even if you weren't. Oh! What? Oh, come on, man. You were just outside. Why are you... That's because someone left something on the floor for you to piss on. God damn it, you fucking dog. We'll be back in a minute, folks. Fuck you. Fuck you. But that goes you right in the cave, don't you? Goes right in the cave, don't you? Go home. Go home. You want to be a bad boy? You can do it behind bars. Since when did you become so sassy?
Never mind that. I was showing Chev-kun around the school, and I mentioned Mizuguchi-san and Uchihara-san were in the tennis club, so he wanted to come take a look. I hope that's okay.
It is. Don't worry about it. So, Chev-kun. Wasn't it Vic-kun just this morning? Anyway, Chev-kun. What got you interested in coming over? I don't even remember. I can't do a French accent, so I know that I won't be doing that. Yeah, might as well do something close to Darius, because I don't know how. I can't do a French accent. Well, I used to play badminton back in France, and I thought, hey, badminton and tennis look kind of similar, right? And I decided I'd come take a look. Sure, they're similar, and about the same way that American football is similar to rugby. Well, this school doesn't have badminton clubs, so it's fine. I'd show you around, but no. Try getting up once more, and just like last time, my legs immediately buckle under my weight, forcing me to get on my seat again. As you can see, I can barely stand. Wow, you seem to be really fit, too. Is practice that tough in this club? Nah, this is specific just to me.
Rutherford is the number 2 player in Japan, so he gets a different training menu for him.
To be fair, our club only has one coach, so we can't possibly create and supervise individual training menus for each and every player. He gives a little extra attention to the ones that draw sponsors for the club, and the others get to choose between a few pre-made training menus. That sounds interesting. I wonder if I could play tennis. If you want, you can give it a try. I can lend you a racket and everything. Really, that'd be great. Although, my rackets are custom made for me, and taking into consideration my bodybuilding style of play, maybe it wouldn't be such a great idea. Jun, can you fetch Keikun for me?
You get asked to borrow one of his spare rackets?
At first, I thought of asking Saya, since Vic-kun's build is more in line with hers, but then I remembered that she also has rackets custom made for her.
Wouldn't Keikun just hire a company to make custom rackets for him too?
He could have wanted to, but he said he doesn't use his financial status as an advantage. That's surprisingly humble of him. He's an odd guy like that. Anyway, if you will.
Sure, I'll be right back.
By the way, Vic-kun. Wait, is it gonna be Vic-kun or Chev-kun? Either one is fine. Anyway, what made you leave France for Japan? Your family move here? He fidgets in place at my sudden inquiry, looking unsure. I've always been interested in your culture, so I decided to spend some time abroad here, you know, just get some fresh air and maybe learn a new thing or two. That's an interesting sentiment. I myself don't really know much about the French. Is it true you guys eat snails? Good. I could see him physically cringing inwardly at my question. Is it true that you guys enjoy fornicating with tentacle monsters? Exactly. Now, can we please drop the cultural stereotypes? Sorry. You don't have to get so upset about it. As if he only realized it now, Vic looks at me with shock. Sorry, it wasn't my intention to be rude. He desperately bows, uttering a dozen apologies. It's fine, I asked a rude question. No, I shouldn't have snapped at you. Jeez, lighten up a little.
What's going on? Why is Chev-kun bowing?
It's nothing. He immediately jumps up, standing as straight as he can, fidgeting on the spot.
Anyway, here you go. Udashihara-san said, just ask that you be careful with it.
Oh, thanks. Victor takes a hold of the racket. I'm sorry, I ran out of my pills. I don't... Victor takes hold of the racket, very carefully swinging it around to get a feel for it. It's heavy. Feels a bit weird. I'm used to playing with a badminton racket, so I'm not really surprised. If you want to give it a try, ask Coach. The application period has already passed, but since being a part of the club is mandatory, I'm sure they'll open an exception for you. Where's the coach? He's the tall crocodile that's walking around the court somewhere, not sure where exactly. Go look around for a bit. But, okay, see ya. Yeah, don't worry about it so much, you'll be fine. Victor nods and runs off looking for Coach Mikado. I forgot to tell him Coach's name. Will it really matter? No one calls him by name anyway, from what I've seen. I guess you're right.
By the way, how are you feeling? Are you really so tired that you can't stand?
Yeah, I'm sore everywhere. It's frustrating. I'm pretty sure I'm done for the day. The pharmacy hasn't called my doctor's office yet. They were supposed to do it like a week ago, and they just fucking haven't. And it's Thanksgiving week, so I might be waiting quite a while.
I'm sorry to hear. Oh, I can give you a massage if you want.
Oh my. A massage? You know how to do one properly?
Sure, Dad always came home from work exhausted, and Mom used to work extra shifts back then. So I learned to give him massages to try to help him out a little.
Oh, that's very sweet of you. You're probably a model son.
You praise me too much. If you want, we can go to the locker room and I can give you a massage there.
I'd love to, but I tried standing up once more for effort. For effect. The same thing as the last two times happened, except this time I fall forward.
Whoa!
Oh my. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Jun reacts fast, grabbing me before I can hit the floor. Immediately I can feel his knees quaking under my weight.
Oh, Rutherford, son, you're heavy.
Sorry, let me adjust myself. I try sitting back down, but June pulls me towards him once more.
What? It's fine. Just try to take some of your weight. I'll help you walk to the lockers.
Oh, alright. June plops me down on the locker room benches, and I immediately rest on the back of one of the lockers. Thanks for that, and sorry for making you do this. The pills are antidepressants. It's called Latuda. I can get them for $15 a bottle, so it's not that huge of a deal. But, it's just when the pharmacy won't fucking stock them, can't get them.
No worries, I'm glad to help.
Now, about that massage. He stops talking abruptly, looking away. What?
Well, usually when you give someone a massage, you want to touch the skin instead of clothes. My dad used to strip down to his boxers when I gave him massages.
Wow. Oh.
Never mind. Forget I said that. This is fine.
No, you're right. I don't really feel comfortable taking off my shorts, though. Is just my shirt fine?
Yes.
I quickly remove my shirt, exposing my sweaty torso to June. My fur completely matted and pressed down by the... He looks away for a second before glancing tentatively at me again, his face a little red.
Okay. Would you rather I do your front or your back first?
What?
I'm in for the massage. Would you rather I massage your front or your back first?
Oh. Front?
Okay.
June gets really close to me. So much so that I can feel the heat radiating from him. Despite his earlier confidence, he doesn't look me in the eye. He slowly reaches out with his hand, and I instinctively hold my breath as it comes closer to my arm. When he finally touches my bicep, I involuntarily twitch, making him gasp in surprise. Sorry.
Okay.
He brings his other hand to touch me and starts slowly massaging my arm. His ministration is soothing, and I can almost feel myself melt into his touch. Damn it, he wasn't lying. He is pretty good at this. I can already feel the muscles in my arm relaxing.
Is this okay? I'm not going too hard, am I?
No, it's fine. The stream's been going on for 23 minutes so far, and it'll just go until I can't anymore. Damn it, even though my body's relaxing, my mind just can't relax. This is too awkward, he's still not even looking at me, and his face is bright red. June makes sure to massage all of my arm. From the base of my fucking idiot, shoulder all the way down to my wrist, he eases the tension and gets rid of some of the dull pain that I was feeling all over my body. By the time he's done with my left arm, it feels completely different from my right. He immediately sets to work on that. You weren't kidding, you're pretty good at this.
Thanks.
After quite a few minutes that feel like an eternity, a pleasurable eternity, but an eternity nonetheless, June finishes massaging both of my arms, comes to a pause, staring at my chest. If you're uncomfortable with it, you don't have to.
No, I'm used to it. It's just weird when it's not my dad. Touching a friend like this is,
Still, he eventually reaches out and places his hands on my pecs, setting to work on them almost immediately, kneading and stroking so expertly that my entire body relaxes. Damn. It takes every fiber of my willpower to keep myself from moaning. It's just that good. I look at the clock at the wall and realize that it's already been 20 minutes since we started. Damn, there's less than an hour of practice left. Even if I have a perfectly valid explanation for this, I still don't want to end up being caught in this situation.
Alright, I'm done with your chest, now for your lower body.
My attention shifts back to my own senses when he talks to me, and that's when I notice something wrong. Just as June starts to look down. It's okay, I'm fine, totally fine. I jump him faster than I ever judged possible, immediately turning away from him. It's embarrassing to say that I reacted too much to his touch. There's no way I can let him see me like this.
But I'm not done yet. I still have to do your legs and your back.
There's no need for it. I already feel invigorated. See, 100%. I flexed some muscles for display, desperately trying to convince him to drop it.
We haven't gone all the way yet. I want to help you.
Oh yes, you can certainly help me if you... What the hell am I thinking? Stop it, brain. Bad. Get your mind out of the gutter. I shouldn't even be having these sorts of thoughts. Jun is a guy, and my friend. You already have. I told you, I'm good as new. I can even stand now, see? It's at moments like these that I'm happy for the adrenaline rush. No way I could be standing without it.
Alright. I guess you're right. There's no reason to keep going if it's already done its job.
Yes, exactly. No reason.
Well, if you're really okay, I'm gonna go watch Chev-kun trying out for practice.
I'm totally fine. I'll be there in a second. Jun nods firmly, smiling brightly. I can see his fangs poking out from his smile, and it's absolutely adorable. I wonder how he'd look if... No! Bad. As soon as he leaves, I immediately drop all my weight back onto the bench, making it creak. You're such a piece of work, you know, of all the times for you to act up. I guess it's been a while since I've gotten someone's attention down there. Great, now I'm talking to myself again. April 18th, Tuesday. April 18th, Tuesday. This looks like a casino. What the fuck?
Such a beautiful day.
The sun is bright, the sky is blue, I want to fucking die. The weather is mild, the breeze outside ruffles the leaves of the trees, covering the parks and streets in green and pink, carrying the scent of greenery in the air. It is without a doubt a wonderful day. Nothing could possibly ruin it. Let's see how long that fucking lasts. No one could possibly be sad or upset or preoccupied on a day like this. Fucking bet, bitch. I am fucked. Well, except for... Oh, wow. Jun, seriously, sit down. I try repeating it for the umpteenth time, hoping that this time he'll actually register what I'm saying. Or that he won't disregard me, at least.
I can't sit down. I can't keep myself set down. I just can't.
His voice is 2 keys higher than usual, and he's stuttering so much that I can barely make out what he's saying. His entire body is shivering. Is this adrenaline coursing through him, or is he just quaking in fear? Honestly, I have no idea. Come on, why are you so nervous? Didn't you say you performed live before? Didn't you used to take part in competitions?
Yeah, but it's been so long since the last time.
How long exactly?
About 7 years.
Are you asking me or telling me?
I'm not sure.
Great, he's not making sense. Come on, Jun, you have experience with this. You should have learned to believe in yourself by now.
Having experience doesn't mean I can't screw up. A single mistake could stop me from getting to the next stage.
Look, just sit down for a minute and try to compose yourself, okay? I put my hands on both of his shoulders and force him down on one of the benches that I have in the lobby. Honestly, though, this place is massive. It's so full of people that I feel a bit on edge. I could definitely understand why Jun would be bothered. Just breathe, okay? Nice, long, deep breaths. I try showing him some breathing exercises, but he fails pathetically at all of them. His breathing is so rapid and ragged that I'm afraid he might just give himself a heart attack. Actually, could he be having a panic attack? You fucking think? Wait, could it be that what he had last time was a panic attack? I've never had one, but aren't the symptoms something like this? Ah, great. It's at times like these that I wish I knew something about medicine. I kneel down to stray eye, level with him, putting one hand on his shoulder and the other on his chest. I immediately start to feel awkward as memories of what happened yesterday flash in my mind. Still, I try to ignore them as best as I can. Right now, I need to help Jun. Alright, first things first, when I learned about panic attacks, I remember Shuichi telling me about this. Jun, look at me, okay? Look at me in the eyes. Can you do that for me? Jun sits his eyes on my face. His eyes are bloodshot and scared, but he does as I say, slowly nodding for me. Good. Now, Focus on my hand on your chest. Can you feel my hand on your chest? Can you feel it moving when you breathe? Jun looks down at my hand, making me move it to his chin and raise his head. What? Making me move it to his chin and raise his head so he slowly looks at my face. Now you don't need to look at it. Just feel my hand on your chest.
Okay.
Now, I want you to breathe for me, okay? Just focus on moving my hand around when you do it. 4 seconds in, 2 seconds out. 4 seconds in, 2 seconds out. Can you do that for me?
I'll try.
Jun starts to take deep breaths. He struggles a bit at first, but his breathing starts to become more and more regular. It takes a couple of minutes, but I can feel his body relaxing with my hands. I make sure to smile at him the whole time, reminding him that I'm here to help. I feel a bit awkward about doing this in such a public place, but my number one priority should be Jun. There we go. You're doing a lot better already. Do you feel any better?
A little. I don't feel like I'm gonna suffocate anymore.
That's good. See, there's nothing for you to be afraid of. It's just a day like any other. You're fine. He swallows hard, and nods. It makes me feel a bit better to be able to help him in some way. At least I don't have to stand around and feel helpless. Now, how about we talk about something more pleasant, huh? Is there anything you'd like to talk about?
Not really.
Come on, there must be something. Just say the first thing that comes to mind.
Well, there's this book series I really like. The new book just came out last week, but I don't have the money to buy it yet.
Oh, that's cool. What's the series about? I was just looking to distract him with some pleasant conversation, but this might actually be interesting.
It's called The Murderous Queen Trilogy. It's a story set in a fantasy world about a former queen who escapes death after her oh my god. It's a story set in a fantasy world about a former queen who escapes death after her husband is overthrown and killed in a rebellion and goes around looking for vengeance.
That doesn't sound at all like something I'd expect you to read.
Why? You think I can't enjoy a mature, complex story?
What? No! Yes.
Well,
it's just that you tend to go for more happier stories. I've heard you talk about some games before, and they were all very teen-friendly. This one sounds like something that wouldn't be recommended for a 17-year-old.
Well, the rating is 17 plus, and I'm 19. Don't see the issue here.
True enough. If a bit out of character, at least in my opinion. And the book that was just released was, the second one? Jun shakes his head negative.
It's the last one. I read the first two, and they were really good. Although I'll admit, I was just 14 when the first one came out, so I wasn't actually supposed to be reading it. My dad was just feeling very tired, and he took me out to buy a birthday present and look at the book I picked.
Sounds like lazy parenting at its finest.
Mom was really mad when she found the book. Poor Dad got the brunt of it.
As he should, letting a 14-year-old read something like that. But then again, I've played games that were like that when I was a kid, so I guess I'm not one to talk. No, Spoof is quiet. It's the background music. Well, it sounds like you like it a lot. What was the name of his third book, just for curiosity's sake? Might just end up buying it for him later.
What was it called again? The Red Keep.
That's an interesting name. Might end up picking up a copy of one of these for myself. Well, what else? Tell me more about it.
I'd rather not. You might want to read them in the future. I don't want to spoil it for you.
Spoilers are my bread and butter. I don't care about spoilers. Come on, tell me more. Anything that keeps you talking and stops you from freaking out.
Well, okay, but first, can you take your hand off my chest? There's people looking and it's a bit embarrassing.
Ah! Yeah, I kept hearing that in the background too. It's just the music. I only notice it when he points it out, but I pull away immediately and get up on my feet. Try to slyly look around to see if there was a couple of heads turned in our direction. Damn, my cheeks feel hot right now. I guess June wasn't the only one being distracted by our conversation. I'll just sit right here. No, we fed Spoof on time. It's just the background music, I promise. I take a seat next to June on the bench. All the awkwardness that I was feeling because of what happened yesterday has now come back in full force. Damn, it feels weird all of a sudden. No, power through it. I've gotten this far. I can't allow him to start moping again. Well, anyway, you were going to tell me more about those books. June smiles and immediately sets my heart at ease. It's so good to see a smile back on his face.
Well, the story starts with Ella, that's the protagonist's name, by the way, Ella Rochelle, in a tavern. A man sits next to her and tells her she looks pretty and starts flirting with her, and she asks him to buy her a drink. When he's not looking, she slips a bit of viper venom in his ale and excuses herself to go to the bathroom. And after she sees him drink it, then she escapes the tavern while he dies. Then we get taken to a flashback about how she was forced to go to exile after her husband was dethroned and murdered, and their children were killed. She talks about making a deal with a witch to grant her a new face that she wants to use to kill the ones who masterminded the rebellion. Then later on,
as the minutes start to pass, I can see June's body has already stopped twitching entirely. I finally begin to rest a bit easy, knowing that he's calmed down immensely. He continues to talk to me about his book, enthusiastically describing the story to me while still keeping himself very vague at certain points. I guess he really doesn't want to spoil me after all. He starts to perk up considerably. His gestures become more full of energy, and his smile becomes wider. After what I assume have been 15 minutes, he's almost back to his usual self, which makes me sigh in relief.
You right, Rutherford, son? I'm not boring you, am I?
No, nothing like that. I'm just relieved.
Relieved? About what?
Cocks his head to the side like a curious little puppy. It's adorable seeing him behaving like this again. I decide that there's no harm in telling him. Well, look at how much you've calmed down. You're acting like yourself again. Jun blinks a couple of times, his eyes becoming wider.
Hey, you're right. I do feel better.
See, I just managed to calm you down. I'm suddenly wrapped in a massive orange fur when June pounces on me out of nowhere, enveloping me in a warm, tight hug.
Thank you so much. I didn't even realize it, but you were worrying about me this whole time.
Well, the feeling is certainly nice. The first thing I worry about is people around us seeing all this. I give him a few taps on his arm. Okay, easy there, Tiger. We're still in public, remember?
Right.
His tail immediately stands upright as he pulls back from me, scratching his reddened cheeks in embarrassment.
Sorry, I just kind of lost control.
It's alright. I don't mind. It's a nice feeling. Just we're in public, okay?
Okay.
Oh man, he's too precious. Please, June, never change. June Kobayashi! A voice calls out June's name. We both turn our heads and search for it at the same time. Oh my, look at that mane. We both see a lion dressed in a red shirt and a pair of cargo pants. The lion stares at June with wide eyes, his mouth in an O shape. Oh my god, I didn't believe I saw your name at the list of participants, but it's really you!
I'm sorry, but who are you?
Oh right, it's been 7 years! No wonder you wouldn't recognize me. I grew a lot taller, and I didn't even have a mane back then.
Wait, Akutagawa-kun?
The lion smiles, putting a hand on his waist, making the bracelets he has on his wrist clink. You haven't changed much, all things considered. Well, you grew a bit in both directions. Still, I heard you gave up on the piano after that incident 7 years ago. What brought you back? Noticing the change in Jun's demeanor, the lion awkwardly scratches the back of his neck. Sorry, I let curiosity get the better of me. I understand if you don't want to talk about it. Still, it's good to see you again. Maybe I'll finally have my revenge. I'm sorry to intrude on your conversation, but what's going on? Let's talk about vengeance. My sudden interjection makes Jun jump up from his seat. He apparently forgot that I was here.
Oh, that's right. Rutherford-san, this is Shinji Akutagawa. He used to be a friend of mine back when I still participated in competitions.
Oh, please, let's just call it what it is. No need to play friends with me. You and I were better rivals.
Huh? We were?
He falters, gasping and gaping in shock. Hey, are you kidding me? Of course we were rivals. I always had to share the podium with you. You have no idea how bitter about it I was.
Wait, we shared the podium? I don't remember that.
Jun scratches at his cheek, and the lion looks at him completely flabbergasted. Are you seriously telling me you forgot about me?
Well, I didn't forget. I remember talking to you before and after the competitions, but I don't remember how you played or where you placed. I wasn't really paying attention.
What, you self-absorbed prick! I spent all this time thinking about you, and you didn't even remember me! Big comical tears start forming around his eyes as he begins to pout.
Sorry, I didn't mean it like that.
Forget it! You and I will square off on the stage, and I will destroy you. Just make sure that weak Setlist of yours doesn't spell your doom. I'll make sure the name Shinji Akutagawa is one you'll never forget. He runs off without a second glance, leaving us to eat dust.
Well, that was a bit
weird. Jun nods in affirmative, still looking confused.
By the way, Rutherford-san, when are the others getting here? It's already 9:35!
Well, K-kun and Saya said they'd arrive about 9:40, so he should be getting here sometime soon. Chuchu will probably take at least an hour before, since he's dealing with some issues at school.
Issues?
Yeah, I forgot to get excused to come here today. Shuichi's at school right now trying to set things straight so I won't get punished for skipping.
Wait, don't you need parental permission for that? How is he gonna get you excused?
Well, he'll just work his magic. He's student council president. I'm sure he'll manage.
I see. Wait, why is he the one getting you excused?
Well, it was his choice to go in my place.
Why would he do that?
Well, he was a bit worried that I'd... Jun stares at me with inquisitive eyes.
Yes?
He was a bit worried that I'd say something I shouldn't and end up getting in trouble. Oh shit.
So, he basically said you were too incompetent to do it.
That is not what he said!
But it's what he meant.
Ugh. When did you get so snarky?
I learned from watching you guys talking to each other. Isn't this what you do?
Oh boy, I suddenly feel like a bad influence.
Don't worry, I'm just pulling your leg. It was just funny seeing that look on your face.
We have created a monster!
Anyway, can you try calling Shuichi-san and ask him if he's gonna take long? I kinda need him to be here soon.
Your performance isn't due until 12:30.
Well, yeah, but all the performers need to go backstage to prepare half an hour before the first performance starts, and then we just stay there to concentrate on our performance.
Wait, isn't the first performance in an hour?
Yeah. What?
Why didn't you say this sooner?
Why? You didn't ask.
So if I don't ask you something, you just won't tell me. Crap, I have to call Shuichi and tell him to hurry. Later. I walk away from Jun, going to the entrance of the concert hall where the phone signal is a bit better. 2 bars, it should be plenty. No, if I see if I can actually call him. Rutherford? Get here now! Jeez, are you trying to make me deaf or something? What's going on? Is everything okay? Are you still in school? I just left. I'm heading to the train station now. Why? Run to it. You must get to the first train that comes by. What? The next train is in 5 minutes. There's no way I can catch it. What's this even about? JUN has to go backstage in half an hour. If you don't hurry here, you won't be able to see him until after his performance. Oh, the stream is fucking up. The stream is fucking up. The stream is fucking up. Oh, boy.
Gotta wait till the stream doesn't fuck up.
I'm the only one here, so it fucking shouldn't be that big a deal. Turn my phone off the Wi-Fi even. There shouldn't be a single fucking thing in this house that's connected to the Wi-Fi other than my computer. Is the stream fucking up for everyone? Because my display, my little preview, is a little fucked. Let me see if I can reload it. If it'll be fine. Okay. I'm good now. I just reloaded the preview page. Everything's fine. Shoichi, why didn't you tell me this sooner? I have to pull my phone away from my face at the risk I'm going deaf. Geez, this isn't my fault. Why am I the one getting yelled at? Didn't you just complain about me doing just that? I don't care. Why wasn't I informed sooner? Because I didn't know myself. JUN only told me about it now. I hear groaning on the other side, followed by the sound of running steps. Forget it. I'm going to try to make it to the station in time for the next train. Don't let him go anywhere until I get there. I'll try, but I don't know if I can. Don't let him go anywhere until I get there. Just like that, he shuts the call off, and I'm left with ringing in my ear. Well, I guess that takes care of that. Now to go back to boo! I nearly fall on my ass as Cascade suddenly jumps in front of me, scaring the crap out of me. Gotcha. What the hell? Sorry, I saw you on your phone and I couldn't resist. When did you even get here? Oh, about 30 seconds ago. I came in with Saya, but she left to go look for Kobayashi. And like I said, I couldn't resist, so I stayed behind. Keisuke chuckles, puffing up his chest with satisfaction. I sigh. That's just great for you. Can we please get back to JUN and apparently Saya? Well, someone's in a bad mood. Yeah, I didn't have a very good day. What happened? Well, it was crazy, really. You wouldn't believe me if I told you. Keisuke scratches at his chin, obviously curious. Try me. Okay, then. Well, I came here to the concert hall today and met up with JUN, then something happened. I had to step away for a second. Yeah. Keisuke's always been a sucker for dramatic stories, so I make sure to make a dramatic pause. He gobbles it up like a rabbit with carrots. Or a hare. End of the matter. Then, all of a sudden, this crazy lunatic hare jumps out of nowhere and screams at my face! His face immediately deflates. I see a twinkle of humor and curiosity in his eyes die out. Har har, very funny. You think so too? Great, I myself thought it was hysterical. You really are an idiot. Well, consider that payback for nearly giving me a heart attack. Fine, I get it, let's just go join the others already. Without waiting for a response, Keikun walks away from me. Hey, don't leave me just hanging. Jeez, did Keikun run towards them? How did he get here so much quicker than I did? First thing I noticed when I reached them is that Saya seems to be talking very excitedly. Wait, what's with these look on these two's faces? The bomb went you and then the burn a zoom and a frickin' pfft. Is that an actual conversation? I'm not sure if it's even Japanese. Oh, Rutherford-kun. Holy shit, she's huge! She's huge! Holy tits! What the fuck? Saya quickly hops towards me, waving. Hey, suck!
Good morning!
She jabs me in the torso with her outstretched hand, hitting me right between the ribs. Ugh! I have to hold on to Kei-kun's shoulder to keep myself from falling down. She completely knocked the air out of me with that. I can't breathe. Saya stands in her spot looking innocent. Are you alright, Rutherford? You don't look so good. Of course I don't look good. You just knocked the air out of me. What? I didn't hit you that hard. It was just a friendly poke. No, Mizuguchi-san, that was a bit... Remind me to never walk within arm's reach of you. Oh, come on. I was just wishing him a good morning. She stares guiltily at me as I gasp for air. If you do that to someone when you're trying to be nice to them, I'm afraid of what you do when you're angry. I've heard some stories. Oh, really? Do tell. Well, there's a time where... Hey, quit it! Yes, ma'am! Oh, boy, I wasn't ready to get stabbed in the gut first thing in the morning. I already said I was sorry for that. Actually, you didn't. She gives his frightening, murderous glance. Kobayashi-kun, she said she already apologized for it. What? Seriously, you're trying to deflect the blame to someone else now? Great, the day has barely started and you're already terrorizing the community. Well, I feel like I can finally stand on my own 2 feet again. Man, I thought I was gonna puke my guts out after that one. Sorry. At least now she's apologizing. What were you two talking about anyway? Oh, I watched a video of a Challenger level tournament yesterday. It was amazing. You mean the one that happened in Miami? You saw it too? A little. I watched about 15 minutes of it before it made me want to go outside and practice. Must be nice being able to watch the things you like on TV. Concerts and orchestras don't get nearly as much attention as sports do. Not many people like classical music to begin with, so it'd be a tough sell. But there's still some channels dedicated to that sort of content. And they're usually premium channels that you have to pay top dollar to watch. That's true. You won't have to worry about that sort of thing for long. You'll be going to a music academy next year, and you'll see tons of concerts and orchestras. God damn it, Saya. You have any idea how long it took me to calm him down? I had to go and remind him of it. It's not that easy. Unless I graduate from a very prestigious academy, finding a job as composer would be hard. And those are really expensive. I need a scholarship to be able to attend, and I need an impeccable record to get one. I basically have to join every piano competition possible and have to win them all just to have a chance. Yeesh, sounds rough. That's what I get for being out of the stages for 7 years. Oh yeah, this reminds me. Jun apparently has a rival. What was his name again? Toriyama Akiyama. What was that lion called again? Akutagawa-kun? Ah, yes, that was his name. Boy, I was way off the mark on that one. Yeah, it's this big lion guy. He said it was Jun's biggest rival back when they still performed in competition. Apparently Jun beat him every single time. You should have seen it. He came here swearing vengeance and all that. Wow, sounds a bit cliche. Jun let us out a nervous laugh. Yeah, Akutagawa-kun was always pretty intense. He had a penchant for being dramatic, even when we were kids. I guess he hasn't changed even now. Well, this could be fun. That means we actually get to watch some competition. Oh, I know. I have the list of participants here with me. We can check out when he's performing. Oh, that's a great idea. I haven't checked it yet. It's going to be like right before or right after, isn't it? Kei-kun pulls a flyer out of his pocket and unfolds it. In it are pictures of many kids with some details written next to them. It seems that these are their set lists. Each player is allocated 15 minutes to perform, and they can perform as many songs as they want in that time. Let's see, Kobayashi-kun, you're going with Allegro Appassionato and Chopin's Etude Op. 25, number 12. Not quite hitting the 15-minute mark. Oh, fuck you knowing everything, rich fuck. Yeah, I was afraid stamina might be an issue, so I chose to keep my set list a bit on the short side. I'm actually surprised you know these songs. Thank you, Dilly. I'm really glad to hear that you're doing better now, because of me or any other reason. And it's really flattering that you'd say that, so thank you. N111, fuck the loneliness!
Really? Son of a rich house. I was forfeit this kind of music since I was 7. My grandmother tried to force me to play the violin.
Doesn't sound like it was very fun.
It wasn't, but I survived. Anyway, let's see. Could it go? There he is. Oh, let me guess. Is it right before or right after? Character nearly buries his face in the paper. Huh? His face is so loud that it leaves my ears ringing.
Jesus, give us a warning before you do that.
Is there something wrong with him? Well, he's performing Franz Liszt. I stare at him in confusion. Is that name supposed to mean something to a... When I look to the side, I see Jun's face nearly lost in all its color. Jun, you okay?
What song? His voice comes out crackly and incredibly small.
Grande Fantasie de Bravo de Brschel blah blah blah. The Huda, what now? Jun swallows audibly. I am sure his face has gone at least 3 tones whiter. His voice comes out almost in a monotone. Franz Liszt is a world-renowned composer. His works are said to be some of the most technically difficult in existence. That song, Grande Fantasie, is considered one of his most difficult pieces. Not many pianists attempt to play it because of how difficult and demanding it is. This song is exactly 14 minutes and 59 seconds long. Even for an easier pace, stamina would be a concern. For that song, though, if he plays it mildly well, he's going to almost certainly win the competition. If he plays it well enough, he could even get world recognition. That's how difficult that piece is.
Wait, the way you're saying it sounds like he's already got this in the bag. Don't you think he can pull it off?
Yeah, I mean, didn't you say that even professionals tend to stay away from that song? What makes you think a high schooler could play it?
Why would he submit it in his set list if he can't play it?
Okay, Coon, you're not helping.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to be realistic.
7 years ago, I don't think he could have. If he were good enough to do this song, then I'd remember it, but I need to go talk to the organizers. I cut Jun off before he's able to walk away, putting myself in his path. Whoa, don't tell me you're going to be dropping out just because of this. I notice Jun clenching his fist so hard that I'm afraid his claws are going to puncture through the palm of his hand. I'm going to increase the difficulty of my own set list.
Whoa, calm down for just a second there. Didn't you just say a second ago that you chose your songs because of stamina was a concern? If you increase the difficulty even further, then...
I have to fight fire with fire. Now I understand the comment he made on my set list. It isn't bold enough. He's gonna completely bury me unless I take the risk.
And what are you gonna perform? You haven't practiced other songs.
There are 2 I already know by heart. I used to perform them a lot when I was younger.
Which ones?
Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata 3rd Movement, Presto Agagiato, and...
Wait, I remember that name. Isn't that the song you were playing when we met? He nods.
It was the song I played the most. It was almost always in my set list for all the competitions I took part in.
I still remember walking to the music room that day.
The other one is Chopin's Etude Opus 25, number 11, Winter Wind. They might not be as difficult as the song Takutagawa-kun chose, but they're both very technical. If I play the 2 of them together, I might have a chance of winning.
They're also incredibly fast-paced and demanding. Are you sure you can even handle playing those 2 together? You'd be mashing the keys almost non-stop for 10 minutes.
If Akutagawa-kun is willing to take this much risk with his song selection, then I have to do the same.
The difference is that he had time to practice his song, and you didn't. You were too busy practicing your old set list.
Jun purses his lips, shoving his hand down his pocket and looking down at the floor.
I know that, but I have to try. Like I said, I know these 2 songs by heart. I perform them so many times I can play them in my sleep.
But can you play them as well as you need to? If this guy's performance is even remotely decent, then yours is going to be absolutely need to be absolutely perfect in order to win.
I know that!
Jun raises his voice, making both Saya and I jump back a step. Keisukun stares at him, bewildered. I even notice a few heads turning our way. Jun, realizing the sudden attention coming our way, crosses his arms, looking back down at the floor.
I know that. But if I don't do it, then I'm going to guarantee a loss. You said it yourself, even with these 2 songs, I need to be absolutely perfect to stand a chance. What chance do you think I have with my current set list?
Keikun crosses his arms, rubbing his right elbow with his hand as he looks away, biting his lip.
None.
Exactly.
The two just stand awkwardly, rooted to their spots, not looking at each other. The atmosphere suddenly becomes so weird and awkward that it's hard for me to say anything.
Well, if that's how it is, then you should just go to it or get to it already.
That's when Saya speaks up, drawing everyone's attention to herself. She stands there smiling, looking either completely oblivious of the weird mood surrounding all of us, or just simply not caring about it. I'm not even sure if they're going to allow me. The set lists are decided weeks in advance.
Well, you won't know unless you try. Nothing's going to happen if you don't try. You're right. I'm going to be right back.
JUN walks away, looking for the competition's organizers. Now that I think about it, one of us should probably go with them, huh? I exchange glances with Saya, who apparently picks right up on what I'm thinking.
I'm gonna go after Kobayashi-kun, make sure he doesn't get lost.
Keikun nods in agreement.
Probably for the best. Let's not forget, he still gets lost at school. I wouldn't put it past him to getting lost here.
Alright, I'll catch you with you guys later. Kobayashi-kun, wait up!
With that, Keikun and I are left alone in the middle of the busy lobby.
Well, I guess that's that. Hopefully he doesn't end up in that much trouble.
Yeah, I'm still surprised that you know the classical music, though.
What, really? You two? Come on, rich kid from a traditional family. You really doubted, even for a second, that I wouldn't be exposed to classical music.
You said your grandmother forced you to practice violin. Does that mean you play?
A little. I was forced to practice for 3 years, but I purposely did badly whenever she came to watch just to spite her. Eventually she just gave up, saying I was horrid at it. I was never forced to touch an instrument again. If only she knew I was just faking it. I was actually kind of decent at it. I was just hated the damn thing. Dad got the raw end of the deal, though. For what he tells me, she was much more relentless when he was a kid. She forced him to pick up the piano because she wanted the prestige of having her son be a pianist. Then he fell in love with the piano and decided to become a professional pianist. She, of course, was all too happy to oblige, since he was only the second child and was never going to inherit the business anyway. Then, right as he landed his dream offer to play for a prestigious orchestra in France, his brother died and she forced him to take up the business. Wait, so she forced him to play the instrument that he didn't want to, then he decided he actually liked it and wanted to make a life about it. She took it away from him. Then when he decided that he actually liked it and wanted to make it his life about it, she took it away from him and forced him to become a businessman. Only one of the many reasons I hate my grandmother.
That's really awful. I'm surprised you even told me this. You never said much about your home life.
No one's ever asked, and I never actually had any reason to say it. This time, just kinda came up as an interesting tidbit on the conversation we were already having.
So you won't volunteer any information about yourself unless someone asks you?
Nope, I'm not that interesting a person to start talking about myself for no reason.
Hey, Seahooks.
Unless it's something that can be relevant to the conversation, that is.
So, you're saying if I asked some questions about you, you'd answer them?
Maybe later.
Come on, Jaro. Why later? So you are evading this after all?
No, it's just that I see Urata coming our way now, and it looks like he might drop any second now.
What? Where?
He went over to the organizer's office.
What? I told you to keep him from leaving until I got here. Shoichi grabbed my shoulders, baring his fangs at me in anger. As much as I'd love getting blamed for everything. I pulled both his hands away from my arms. He hasn't gone backstage. He just went to have a word with the organizers of the competition to see if he could change his set list.
Oh.
He stares at me awkwardly, slinking back to a less threatening position and scratching the back of his neck. I cross my arms and shift all of my weight to my left leg, giving him a smug look. Shoichi looks down at the floor, embarrassed.
Sorry.
I laugh, having some innocent fun at his expense.
By the way, why are you so sweaty? You smell like you just ran a marathon. Keikun pinches his nose mid-sentence, making his voice come out all nasally. Funny. Smell like a marathon. That's because I did. I had to run from our school to the station in under 5 minutes if I wanted to catch the closest train. Then I had to run from the station all the way here. I give him a thumbs up. Good job! I can barely even stand. Don't praise me as if I were a kid who finally learned to clear a table. Alright. Good boy. What am I, a dog? Shuichi grabs my shoulders again, giving me a firm shake. Well, technically, shut up! Keikun's lips quiver on another half smile, full of smugness and satisfaction. Well, what else do you expect me to say? I didn't know you had to praise you. I didn't know I had to praise you every time you did something nice. Like you said, you're not a kid or a dog. Well, technically, shut up! Keikun chuckles, seemingly very happy with himself. You don't have to praise me. It's just feels nice when you do, okay? Alright, I get it. Ah, fuck F. I wear sweatpants and I have a fucking weird body and it's bad and I feel bad about it. Make me feel bad. Make me feel bad about about my self-esteem issues. Alright, I get it. Hey, he said it feels good when we do it, so I might as well, right? Right? Wouldn't you guys agree? Should we praise the Shoichi? What do you guys think? Alright, we're gonna go with praise. I reach upward to put my hand on top of his head, petting affably a few times, even scratching at the back of his ears a little bit. You did a good job, Sho. Jun is going to be very happy that you made it. Aye. He blushes furiously, looking down at his feet instead of at me. Thank you. Yeah, you did great, man. It was really nice that you went through all that trouble for Jun. Well, it wasn't that much trouble. In the corner of my eye, I see Keisuke stifling a laugh. He's never been Shoichi. He's never seen Shoichi being bashful before. I'll admit, it's quite a 180 from his usual attitude. A devious idea shines on my head, and I don't hesitate to try it. Yeah, you did good. You did very good. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. He blushes further, muttering out his words almost incoherently. Hey, wait a second. He steps away from me, looking super pissed. What'd you almost make me say? Unable to hold it any longer, Keisuke burst into laughter, making Shoichi finally remember that he was actually there. I have no idea what it is I just saw, but I'm glad I have seen it. What? Shoichi blushes something fierce. Even the tips of his ears go red as they both flop downwards onto his face. You'll pretend you never saw this. We both know that's gonna be impossible. You suck. I'm well aware of that. What else is new? You already had your fun, Keikun. Lay off him a little. Oh, I was just getting started. Well, just stop, okay? Alright, I won't tease him about it anymore. Thank you. Shoichi breathes a sigh of relief and as his entire body relaxes. Alright, fine. Enough with the tease Shoichi game. Sure, let's play the please go pat yourself and dry in the bathroom game instead. I heard it's very fun. And while you're at it, please use some deodorant. The strong smell of sweaty dog is offensive to my nose. What, now you're just going out of your way to insult me? Keikun pinches his nose again and starts breathing through his mouth. I'm doing no such thing. My nose is just really sensitive and the smell is starting to make me nauseous. Well, Rutherford, you don't mind it, right? Oh, shit. Again with the smell shit. I didn't like it in extracurricular activities. I don't like it now. What do you think? Do we say we mind his smell? What do we do? What do I do with my life? Gotta vote for I don't mind. Another vote for I don't mind. Ooh, 2 votes for minded. Oh. Jelly retracted their vote. Another vote for I don't mind. No smell fetishes! I don't mind. Alright, the majority is saying they don't mind. I don't really mind your smell. What? See, but that doesn't change the fact that you're in public, so you should take other people into consideration. Even if Keikun and I don't mind it, there are other people who are going to be sitting next to us. You should do it just as to not bother them. Is that why you're only reasonable when being... why is it that you're only reasonable when being reasonable is something that would annoy me? Why are you being so against this in the first place? I can't believe that you'd be okay with being sweaty and smelly in public. I'm not. I just... Shuichi kicks up some dust on the floor, looking down at his feet. God, I'm not gonna wait 15 minutes for you to finally admit this. I turn to Keikun. Shuichi's afraid of public bathrooms. What? You are such a tattletale! What? What? Why? Why would you be afraid of public bathrooms? I'm not afraid of them. Not exactly. I just think they're really, really gross, and I'd rather not go inside one. I feel like I can catch an STD just by breathing the air inside of them. What? This building is national property. The whole place is spotless. You can eat off the floor. Ew, eat off the bathroom counters. Ew. Ew, no, don't even say that as a joke. I think I can feel my stomach crawling up and curling itself into a ball. You're weird! I guess this explains why I never saw you going into the bathroom whenever we go out. But wait, what about school? Doesn't that count as a public bathroom? Are you kidding? I spend more time in school than I do at my own home. That place is already a second home to me. What? That doesn't make any sense! Shuichi scratches his neck, looking away. In essence, Shuichi is basically just weird. How cruel of you to say this to my face. Oh, please! I didn't say anything that you yourself haven't already said before. What? But oh, screw it. You're right. Keikun and I laugh at his reaction, making him shoot us both a death glare. So I don't like dirty places. So what? Everyone's got something they don't like. Yeah, but people don't usually have fears that keep them from doing something as basic as going to the bathroom. I already told you, I'm not afraid of going into the bathroom. I'd just rather stay away from it because it makes me feel uneasy and uncomfortable, okay? Dude, that's the textbook definition of fear. Keisuke laughs, making Shuichi shoot at me yet another death glare. Bite me. Are you serious? Hares have pretty strong teeth. He opens his mouth a little, pointing at his teeth. What? I didn't mean literally! Too late. Keikun lunges at Shuichi with his mouth open, going for his neck. Are you a hare or a vampire? He's Bunnyzilla or whatever the fuck. Bunnicula. Bunnyzilla. Fucking idiot. Bunnicula. I remember those books from back in the day.
Shuichi reacts fast, pushing him away. What? No! Keikun falls back, laughing. I'm sorry, your reaction was just too funny, I couldn't resist. You do realize we're in public, right? Yeah, so we're horsing around a little, big deal. You have the weirdest sense of humor, and of timing. It's the pot calling the kettle black. Okay, you two behave. I don't want to be seen with two guys acting like complete lunatics in a public place. Why do you even care? It's not like you're gonna meet these people again. You're an athlete. You're part of a completely different circle. People who go to tennis games don't usually attend classical music competitions, so it's not like any of them know you. Oh, really? Because you, me, Shuichi, and Saya all go to tennis games. And yet we're here. Well, yeah, but that's because we know JUN and he's kind of competing. Yes, and if it's possible for those circumstances to exist for us, then it'll stand to reason that it could be true for someone else. Besides, you yourself admitted that you like classical music. I suppose you're right. I guess I went a little overboard. Yeah, besides, if Rutherford is the one lecturing you about this sort of thing, then you should take that as a clear sign that you need to rein it in a little. Hey, that's true. What? I'm not that bad. You're the ones who keep arguing in public and end up getting people complaining about you. Remember that time in the diner a while back? Give them a smug smile. Hey, new music.
Yo, we're back.
So I see. Did everything go okay?
Yeah, they opened an exception for me since I was actually increasing the difficulty of my performance. Although they did say they'll double the amount of points deducted for each mistake I'll make.
What? That's crazy. Why'd you agree to that?
I'm not planning on making any mistakes. See? I asked him the same question and he answered with the same thing.
Saya gives him a few enthusiastic pats on the back.
I laughing.
She nearly sends him under the floor.
When did you get so bold, Kobayashi-kun? Ow, ow! Mizuguchi-san, please stop slapping me. What, not you too? I'm not even that strong. I'm not Shoichi.
It's not about being strong, Saya-chan. Saya-chan! Saya-chan! It's about not knowing how to control your strength.
Oh, like I want to hear that from you.
Saya gives him a cold stare. What? I don't hurt people at random. Anymore. I add this to his sentence. Yeah, anymore. Saya huffs, unamused.
Alright, I won't touch anyone ever again. I'll spend the rest of my life rest of my cold, sad existence without knowing the warmth of another person's touches. Happy now? She starts being melodramatic in an attempt to state her displeasure. Yes.
Without batting an eye and giving no attention whatsoever to what drama, JUN answers her with a single word.
Jeez, that's cruel, Kobayashi-kun. Anytime.
He answers with feigned ignorance. The reason I can tell it's not legit ignorance is because his mouth is quivering with an attempt to suppress laughter. You know, you two could definitely form a comedy duo. Kobayashi-kun could be the straight man, and Mizuguchi-san would be the funny girl. A comedy duo or double act is a traditional form of humor in which a duo has... Are you really explaining fucking comedy to me? I know what that means. The same can also be said of the following pairings. Me and you and Saya, Rutherford, and JUN-kun, and me and Rutherford. Hey, I disagree with that. I am clearly the straight man in our pairing. Who are you trying to fool here? You're barely qualified to be the straight man and you're pairing with Kobayashi-kun. Hey, rude. The only thing worse than a fool is a fool in denial. Hey!
Guys, please don't start arguing. I have to leave to go backstage in 2 minutes, and I'd very much prefer if you didn't kill each other while I was gone.
Keikun and Shuichi fist bump, smiling smugly at me. I stare at them, exasperated.
When does your performance start again? 12:30, but I still need to go backstage to prepare. All participants are supposed to wait back there for their performances. Sounds like waiting for your performance to come up will be boring. No offense, Mizuguchi-san, but why did you come if you dislike classical music that much?
To cheer you on, of course. I was actually going to bring a bunch of bandanas and a cheering flag I made at home, but Keikun said I wasn't allowed to. She pouts.
I already told you, this is classical music. Making any sort of noise during the performances is in bad form. You might distract the competitors.
Boo, that's boring.
If you don't want to watch it, then just go home.
No, then I won't be able to watch Keikun perform.
Wait, what? Keikun isn't performing.
That's a typo! You fucker! Keikun isn't performing! Fucking JUN-kun is performing! How the fuck are you gonna try to slip that past me? You fucking prick! I know you! I know you!
Then stop whining. Saya pursed her lips annoyed.
You don't have to say it like that.
Mizuguchi-san, you already knew this was going to be a classical music performance. You knew other people were going to be performing, and you knew you didn't like the sort of music. So why did you choose to only complain now? Why even show up at all?
Because I have to encourage Kobayashi-kun, of course.
Keikun looked over to Jun and snapped his fingers, calling his attention. Hey, Kobayashi.
Oh, yeah.
How do you feel about somebody coming to watch who hates the music and is here only because they think they have to?
Well...
Jun glances over at Saya, sheepishly rubbing his cheek.
I want people to appreciate my music, so it makes me feel a bit uncomfortable if someone is coming over against their will. Gah. But I'm really happy to have you all here. I'm really touched that you'd all come all the way here to see me perform, even more so knowing that you don't actually like classical music.
So are you happy about it or not? Which one is it? Yeah, you're 100% contradicting yourself. I might have gone a little too far. Sorry. I was only trying to make the point that complaining about being here in front of Kobayashi would only make him feel bad. Sorry for putting you on the spot, Kobayashi. As if on cue, Saya bows down.
I'm sorry if I've been complaining too much. Well, no, it's fine. It doesn't bother me too much. Honestly, I'm just happy you all cared enough to come see me. Of course we'd show up. You're one of us now.
Saya gives him a thumbs up, smiling widely. Yes, you're one of us now. My condolences. Honestly, I wouldn't lose this for anything. Just go kick some ass, okay? Shoji gives him a few light taps on the back. After they all say their piece, all four of them turn over to me, looking at me with expectation.
Come on, Rutherford, give him some words of encouragement.
Well...
It's okay, Rutherford-san, you don't need to say anything.
A beeping noise echoes throughout the lobby's sound system. Competitors of the 12th Sakura University Piano Competition, please move backstage for preparations.
I have to go. Oh, Reddy, can't you stay a little longer? No, it's easier for the organizers if we are all backstage. Plus, I need to change and need some time to focus, so... good luck, Kobayashi-kun.
Jun nods, turning around to join the mass of people who are starting going towards them backstage. Jun! I don't know why, but I suddenly had the urge to speak up. I called out to him, and he took a few steps away from us. Jun turned around, looked at me with curiosity. I believe in you! Jun looked dazed for a second, as if he didn't quite grasp my words.
Thank you.
This time he ran away, quickly joining the others and disappearing from our sights. Well, I guess we already know who his favorite is.
Huh? Why was he so much happier when you encouraged him? You didn't even say 5 words.
What? When did the two of you get so close that you're able to lift his spirits that much? Even you?
Whatever. I don't care anymore. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Shouting out, I don't care anymore isn't the sort of thing that a person says when they quote-unquote don't care.
Shut up!
Yes, ma'am. I've known her for 12 years and I still have no clue how her mind operates. And you'll know her for 70 more years and still won't understand it, just roll with it. Shoji puts a hand on my shoulder. Well, as much as I dread the idea, I have to go freshen up a bit. Can't exactly sit down to watch the performances smelling like a musky husky. They'll be opening in the sitting area now, so I'm gonna go get us some seats.
Oh god, how fucking daunting is that? Million fucking seats, one little piano. And I don't want to... I'm stuck because I feel like I should stop here. But I want to see how the performance goes. So, yeah, man. A girl gets up from the piano, bowing to the crowd and walking out of the stage. She gets a very lukewarm reception with only a few claps here and there. Weak. Keikun has criticized every single performance that has been put out so far. I know classical tends to be boring, but I can barely stay awake right now. Hey, Yoshihara, have they all been that bad? You haven't had a single good thing to say about their performances. Not bad per se, but not good either. None of them stands out. Hey, Rutherford-san, you're the only one who's seen Kobayashi perform. Do you think he's better than them? I don't. None of the performances made me feel the same way Jun's did. When I saw him play, I felt like the music was calling to me, tugging at my heartstrings. I felt like I needed to get closer, to feel all the keys pounding with my whole body. But these kids, I don't feel anything. No rush, no excitement, nothing. I don't really know much about music, but I know that they don't really do anything for me. I think Jun is much better. And now for the next performer will be Shinji Akutagawa performing Franz Liszt's Rendezvous from Baba to Charlotte. The crowd starts clapping as the lion walks into the stage, donning a black suit, waving at the audience with a confident smile on his face. Of course, they'd make him go right before Jun. So Jun is going to be all fucked up, and he's going to be too scared because this guy is going to fucking nail it. Oh, God. That's him. How do you think his performance will go? I don't know. Hope for Kobayashi's sake that he's not that good. The lion sits down in front of the piano. The audience goes dead silent, almost by instinct. Suddenly, I feel very on edge. The few seconds of silence before he begins his performance will fill me with a sense of dread. What if he's good? What then? I feel like my heart is going to explode. If I'm like this, how must Jun be feeling right now? I hope he's okay. He starts performing and I instinctively hold my breath. The keys echo softly, slowly beginning to weave a slow melody. It doesn't seem as amazing as Keikun mentioned. I start feeling angry at him for Jun for making me feel so on edge for nothing. This is what you were afraid of. This is not... No, he's good. But this song sounds so easy. Grande Fantasy starts off really slow. It suddenly speeds up about 3 minutes. That's what'll make or break his performance. If he can do that part correctly, then... Here it comes. He suddenly speeds up his performance so much that I can barely recognize it as the same song. It's not just fast, he's oppressively fast. I feel as if I'm suddenly being pounded into submission. I instinctively hold my breath. My heart rate increases exponentially. I feel like the sheer magnitude of his performance forbids me from uttering a single word. There's so much I want to say, but my body is frozen in place and refuses to listen. The words are caught in my throat, unable to let out. It's like this... Oh, if he's this good. If it's like this, if he's this good. Shit, please don't let Jun be watching this performance. Please, God, don't let him be watching this. If he does, I'm pretty sure his spirit will break. He finally stops his performance. It feels as if his the enormous weight of that was pressing down on the audience is suddenly lifted as everyone breathes a collective sigh of relief. Akutagawa-kun gets up from his seat, panting heavily. His legs wobble a bit, but he makes his way to the front of the stage, bowing down to the audience. The crowd immediately erupts in cheers, giving Akutagawa-kun a standing ovation. The sound is so loud that it almost shakes the entire concert hall. His was without a doubt the best performance so far, and you can tell that from how the crowd reacts. After bowing down to the crowd, he walks out of the stage, yeah, as if there was and another beep was followed by another announcer's voice. It's gotta be Jun. It's gotta be Jun. That'll be a 15-minute interval. Okay. Yeah, okay, we're gonna have to go backstage, or Jun's gonna try to fucking quit. Something's gonna happen. Oh God, what's gonna happen? Audience members are advised to not to be away from their seats for more than 10 minutes, as they might miss the ensuing performance. Shit. Keikun was the first to break the deathly silence that had fallen on us. When's Kobayashi-kun's performance? I swallow hard, trying to say to myself, He's next. Double shit. Yeah. How are we to follow a performance like that? I don't think he'd be able to. If you watched this, something in my heart tells me that he watched that performance, and I know he wouldn't be able to go out on stage after that. Save my seat for me. What? I get up from my seat and run out the hall. I run to the backstage entrance. When I try to walk through the door, a ram dressed in a uniform stops me.
Excuse me, sir. Only competitors are allowed backstage.
I need to see my friend.
I'm sorry, but like I said, only competitors are allowed. Like I care!
I push him to the side, nearly knocking him against the corridor wall, and run past him.
Wait, stop!
It isn't hard at all for me to bolt past him. As soon as I'm in, I start looking for June. Where could it be? I stop dead in my tracks to see the familiar figure wearing a white suit, sitting down on the floor, his face buried in his knees, and his entire body shaking as very quiet sobs come out of him. June. I timidly reach out to him, putting a hand on his shoulder. Oh my God! Oh my God, look at this man! Look at this man! This man in a white suit! Holy shit! God damn it! Where are your parents? Who are your parents? He looks up at me, tears streaming down his face. Rutherford-san? It takes him a while to recognize me. As soon as he does, he wipes his tears away with the cuff of his suit. What are you doing here?
Hey!
The employee I knocked aside barged my way. When I barged my way into the backstage area, comes to us looking furious.
You kid, come back here!
Shit. He grabs my arm and starts pulling me away from June. No, wait, I need to stay here.
I don't give a flying rat's ass. I'm kicking you out of...
Wait. June calls out to the man holding me. He stops and looks back. I'm a competitor. Aren't I allowed by the rules to have someone with me for support? June gets up from the floor, staring down at the employee, which is quite a feat, considering the man is taller than even me.
But that's usually reserved for family, and you have to declare them beforehand.
I understand, but my parents couldn't attend today due to personal reasons. So I asked my friends to come with me. I'm sorry, but could you please let him stay?
What, this kid nearly threw me against the wall trying to bust his way in. You asked me to let that slide?
I'm deeply sorry. Hey, Hug the Floof. Thank you, chef, for the donation. I really appreciate that. June bows, his face going so low I'm afraid he'll just keep going and we'll hit the floor. Wait, June, you don't have to apologize for my... I'm so sorry. He was just worried about me. He didn't know what he was doing. I'll take full responsibility for his actions. June. Graham looks from me towards June, who is still bowing. His expression seems to have softened a bit, but he still looks very angry. I'll get on my knees and beg if you want me to. Yeah, there's... Oh, God, I didn't change it from fucking Stephanie McMahon gif. What? No, June, that's going too far. I should be the one apologizing.
There's no need.
Graham lets go of my hand, his eyes fixed on June.
Lift your head, kid. If it's that important to you, I'll let your friend stay. I won't report this, otherwise you could end up being penalized due to him.
June strains himself back up, smiling at the employee. Thank you, sir. He nods.
Don't mention it. And you!
He turns to look at me, and a sharp, angry look flashes again in his eyes.
Behave! And thank your lucky stars no one else was here to see this, or you could have hurt your friend's chances.
He turns around and walks away, turning at the corridor and disappearing from our sight. June lets out a sigh of relief as he leans his back against the wall and slumps back down to the ground. June, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to... I know. What are you doing here, Rutherford-san? I came to check up on you. I was worried. Thought so. He hugs his knees, resting his chin on them and looking straight ahead. Kitagawa-kun was something else. After I saw his performance, I just felt like it was impossible for me to beat him. So it's just like I thought. He really did watch that performance, and it really did crush his spirit. I sit down next to June, as close as I can without actually touching him. He seems to hold his breath for a second, unsure of what I'm doing. Then he relaxes. I'm sorry to have worried you. Hey, Dilly! $4.99. The price of a good sandwich. That sounds demeaning. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Don't mean to be rude. I I like prices that end in 99 because it's so funny to me. Thank you. Thank you. Just I'm being grateful, I promise, even if I'm not seeming like it. It's okay. It's what friends are for. What about now? How do you feel? His body starts shaking again. I shouldn't have come here. This was a mistake. I should have just stayed out of the competitions. I shift my body and kneel next to him, reaching out my hand to touch his face. Jun freezes, looking at me with like a deer in the headlights. I wipe away the tears that are beginning with my right hand, caressing his cheek as I do so. That's not true, Jun. You've been practicing day and night for this. You're more than ready. No, I can't play. His voice sounded so distant and lonely. There has to be a way for me to console him. Fucking got the thing that said, hug the floof. I already have. What? Seahooks, what the fuck are you talking about? We're trying to discuss whether we should hug Jun or not. We already got one super chat vote that said hug him. So all I need is basically like one more person to confirm. Yep, Joey says hug. So we're gonna hug them. Hug the man. Hug the man. Look at this man right here. Look at this man. This is a man right here. He's a fucking man. Before I even have time to properly think about it, I wrap my arms around Jun, pulling him close to me and placing his head on my chest. What are you, Rutherford-san? It's okay. I start stroking the back of his head, doing my best to sound warm and welcoming. Soon enough, the dam bursts. Jun clings tightly to my shirt and buries his head in my chest, sobbing. I hold him there for what feels like many minutes, waiting for him to calm down. Little by little, his sobs become quieter and less numerous. When it seems that his sobbing has finally died down, I speak up. Why do you think you can't play? Jun pulls away from me, looking down at the floor. Once again, I wipe tears from his face and smile at him. My hands, they feel cold. I realize that his hands are still shaking. I grab hold of his hands and give it a squeeze. You mean this hand? He pulls his hand away from me, looking down at the floor and nodding. They feel so cold. I can barely move them. I don't know what to do. I can't play like this. His voice is small and sad. I'm afraid he might start crying again at any second. Oh, God! Oh, Seahooks! Seahooks, I appreciate your creativity. But kindly stop. You're going too far. I've had to tell you this shit before. Stop fucking around. He's so nervous that his hands and feet are feeling cold. I remember I used to feel the same when I had just started playing competitively. Jun, give me your hand. Even when stressed, he diligently does what I ask of him. I grab his wrists and put both of his hands together, palm against palm. Then I wrap my hands around his. What? I gently pull his hands towards me and exhale on them. Rutherford-san, what are you doing? I look him in the eye, making sure to give him the gentlest, warmest smile I can. I'm warming your hands up so you can play. I know his hands aren't actually cold, but I'm just hoping I can somehow get him past whatever block has him like this. I've managed to defuse his last panic attack. I won't be giving up on this with this one. Hey, Jun-kun, don't you think this is alright? I speak in a soft voice. My use of the honorific seems to have caught his attention. I caress the back of his hand with my thumbs, trying to seem as encouraging as I can. You've been working your hardest so far, wanting to show everyone your performance. A performance only you can make. Isn't that true? A performance only I can make? I nod slowly. I don't understand much about music myself, but shouldn't your music get your feelings across? Then why don't you, instead of worrying about getting a perfect performance, just try to show everyone how you feel? I loved watching that first performance of yours. I know I've seen you perform once or twice after that, but that one really struck a chord with me. I felt as if your song was calling out to me. It was warm and gentle and passionate. I'm sure you weren't trying to show people how good your skills were. You were just happy to play and wanted to pour your feelings into the piano. So, why can't you do that again? If I did that, I wouldn't be able to win. I shake my head in negative. I don't believe that for even a second. No one in this hall has managed to touch me in the way that your playing did, June. I believe in you. No matter what you do, I'm sure you'll be doing your best. So isn't this all right? Can't you just play how you want to play? I don't know how these competitions are judged, but wouldn't it be better if you put out the best performance you can, instead of just worrying about getting everything completely perfect? June stares at me, his fur is matted with his tears and his eyes are red, but he looks calm. I hold his hands a little bit tighter, trying to encourage him any way I can. June nods. I'll try to put my feelings into my music. Hopefully. He doesn't finish his sentence, but I already know he can do it. As long as he can stay calm, there's no reason he wouldn't be able to.
Jun Kobayashi! The worker from before peeks his head through the hallway, calling out June's name. June pulls away from me and immediately gets up.
Yes?
The interval's about to end. You have 2 minutes.
All right.
June nods, suddenly full of energy. The ram smiles and walks away. All right, Rutherford-san, I'm going now. Please watch over my performance. Right, I have to hurry back to my seat then. I'll see you later. See you later. I turn to walk away. Oh, and one more thing. What is it? Thank you. Caught by surprise, I don't react for a few seconds. Then I nod and start running back to my seat. By the time I reach my seat, June is already halfway to the piano. Where the hell were you? Shuichi leans up to me, frowning. I went to see June. What? Why would you... Shh! Everyone shushes us from behind. Shuichi glares at me and leans back into his own seat. June sits in front of the piano, putting one of his hands on his knee and the other on his chest. He seems to be holding something. A pendant? Even I have good eyesight. I can barely make it out. After what seems to be a full minute, he finally adjusts himself on his seat and places his hands on the keys. The song starts very slow. June plays the initial keys with only one hand. The few whispers that could be heard from the audience seem to have died down in the instant he started to play. Even though his movement seems to be tense and robotic, the melody comes out easily and is pleasing to hear. As he continues to play, June seems to relax. He starts swaying back and forth to the rhythms of the melody. His tail begins to move slowly in the air. He's definitely getting into it. Looking to the side, I see Keikun tapping his feet to the sound of the music. Saya looks for the first time to be like she's completely awake and not about to doze off. Shuichi's lips are curved in a proud smile as if he were a dad watching his son's first ball game. Here it comes. Keikun murmurs just as the song seems to slow down to a halt. Then, the song immediately picks up the pace, completely switching gears and becoming insanely fast. No way. Keikun's reaction mirrors that of the entire audience. Surprise, perplexity, admiration. It is without a doubt that June is playing this song flawlessly. Even a layman like me could tell. As he continues to hammer on the keys with a practiced skill, June's entire body moves along with the melody, creating a vivid performance that fills the halls with a rich, confident sound. I feel it echoing deep inside my chest. This is the same feeling I got when I saw him playing for the first time. It takes every fiber of my self-control I have to keep myself from getting up and walking towards the stage. I want to get even closer. It's so moving that I feel like I could cry. With the performance already over for the day, all that's left is to wait for the results to be posted. Jun has been pouting ever since he came out of the lobby, already changed into his regular clothes.
I already told you to cheer up. Your performance was amazing. Stop sulking.
Just telling him to cheer up isn't going to magically cheer him up, you know. The three of us have been trying to up Jun's spirits since he rejoined us. Unfortunately, results have been very mixed. Meanwhile, Saya is waiting about the notice board to see the results when they finally get posted.
I just feel like I bombed it.
You didn't bomb it, I'm telling you. Your performance was amazing. There's no doubt in my mind that you'll snag second place.
But I need first place. If I don't get it, there's no chance for me to go to Germany.
I didn't know that was on the line. Gotta get them Wiener Schnitzel. I know that. I just can't tell you that you'll win because I'm not so sure. I think it'll be very close. I don't really understand much about music, but I thought Jun-kun's performance was better, didn't you? It depends. Kobayashi didn't go with the standard interpretation, and that might not fly well with the judges. Regardless, I know that in technical terms he was number 1, but it basically comes down to whether or not the judges liked his interpretation of the song. Even if Akutagawa's performance was higher in technical skill due to his duration of the piece, Kobayashi's was faster and more refined. It comes down to the judge's personal taste, then? That doesn't sound too good.
It's not. That's why everyone tends to only play the standard interpretation. You won't charm any judges with your individuality, but you'll make sure none will dislike you much that they fail you.
I didn't know that. I suddenly feel very awkward for suggesting that he do that. If Jun ends up failing because of this, I'll feel incredibly guilty for a long time. I'm sorry, Jun. I shouldn't have suggested you play like that. Wait, you're the one that suggested he'd do that? Of all the reckless... Jun lifts his hand up in the air, cutting Keikun off mid-sentence.
It's all right, Rutherford-san. That was good advice for me. If I had gotten fixated on playing the song perfectly instead of just playing how I wanted, I would have been crushed by my own anxiety. Playing it like that is the only reason I was able to play it at all. If they fail me for it, then so be it.
I appreciate that, Dilly. I really do.
What is this adorable creature?
Oh, God. This fucker. Before my impulses take over and force me to hug the shit out of Jun, just hug him! Hug the man! Shinji Akutagawa approaches us. There you are, I've been looking over you for almost 10 minutes. Look on his face is both angry and scary. Even I suddenly feel like taking a step back. Jun, on the other hand, doesn't retreat. He stares back at the lion with an intensity that I never thought he was capable of. Holy shit, look at Jun's fucking face! Holy shit!
It's a big lobby after all. How are you doing, Akutagawa-kun?
Honestly, of all the stupid things you could have done, why didn't you go with the standard interpretation? You basically threw in the towel the moment you did that. It's very subtle, but I can't notice Jun's body shifting a little bit. But I can notice Jun's body shifting a little bit when he hears that. Maybe he's not as confident as he's trying to portray himself. Jun looks down at the floor for just a second. At least that's what I'd like to say. Akutagawa sighs, lifting both of his hands into the air and shrugging. I never thought you could do that well. I thought you'd be rusty after being out of the stages for 7 years. Instead, you came back sharper than before. Akutagawa's penetrating gaze softens considerably as he looks over at the perplexed tiger. Congratulations, Kobayashi-kun. No matter what the judges say, you're the victor today. But I won't lose next time. What? Oh, Pokemon Ranger Efren. Thank you for subscribing. Without even giving him time to answer, the lion turns and walks away, leaving Jun gaping in the spot. Well, that was something. That guy's weird for sure. Jun catches everyone by surprise when he suddenly hunches and starts laughing loudly. What the?
Sorry. He takes a few seconds to calm himself, wiping away a small tear from his left eye. How can he laugh so carefree like that? Akutagawa-kun really hasn't changed at all. He was already pretty blunt about stuff like that.
You're telling me he's always like that? Jun nods.
Akutagawa-kun is very demanding of himself. He's always quick to praise people when he thinks they deserve it, and always admits his own shortcomings when he thinks they exist. He always admits defeat if he thinks that he's been defeated. Even if the judges give him first place, he'll still consider himself the loser. That's the kind of pianist he is.
Talk about a serious attitude.
It's what you'd expect from someone who's aiming for the pros. He doesn't have time to make excuses for himself. He just takes in everything that he can and moves on.
Huh. I guess we could all stand to learn a few things from that guy, then.
Guys!
Saya comes running towards us, yelling so loudly that everyone in earshot turns to look at the source of the sudden noise.
The results!
How did it go? What were the... Saya is hunching over, her hands on her knees, panting and gasping desperately for air.
First place! Yes! Yes! Yes!
I don't care that my arm fat wiggled when I did that. I'll feel bad about it later.
Really?
Jun immediately latches onto her, grabbing her arms with both of his hands and looking her in the eye. Saya swallows and nods empathetically.
You got first place!
Jun stares at her wide-eyed. His hand starts to shake and he stumbles backwards, collapsing on a nearby bench. Big droplets start welling up in his eyes. He pulls out a pendant from his pocket and holds it tightly in his hands, touching it to his forehead.
Thank God!
He then starts sobbing uncontrollably.
Oh, you can't just fucking end the emotions right there. Come on. Let the scene breathe, damn it. Oh, and we gotta leave on an ellipses. That's what I get. That's what I get for my struggle, for my time. Fine, you know what? Just because of that, we're stopping now. That's it. I'm fucking done. Thank you all very much for watching this episode of Tennis Ace. Been going for 2 hours. We'll fucking get it. We'll fucking do the do on the next one. The next stream will be extracurricular activities. Yeah. Oh my God. The next stream might not actually be extracurricular activities because Dinewolf fucking gave me a free copy of a Halloween project that he and a friend made. It's, I think it's called like Monster Dater or something. And I'll probably be playing that. If I'll be playing that soon, I promise. So look out for that when that happens. But anyway, until then, next time, ladies and gentlemen, my name has been Deckerlink, the trained unprofessional. Thank you all very much for joining me. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I've been the trained unprofessional. So repeating myself when I say I'm the trained unprofessional. Until next time, fare thee well. Bye, everyone. Awkward pause.